All right, guys, I hope that all of this technology that we're learning about will make its way into the content you create for your online courses. Let's talk high level about creating a course outline and a content creation plan. And again, all of these tools are definitely valuable. We talked about what the flipped classroom is, and now we are going to apply our learning to a course creation content plan. So the flipped classroom obviously takes the instructional strategy and a type of blended learning focused on student engagement and active learning, and it gives the instructor a better opportunity to deal with all these mixed levels of engagement, student difficulties, and differentiated learning preferences during class time. So essentially, the students do the homework in class and watch the lectures at their own time at home, when they traditionally would have done the homework. We want to start with some type of magnetic and compelling learning outcome. So at the very beginning of your course, it should be clear, what are we going to do? And I hope we did this in this course. We're going to roll with the digital tide here, and we're going to transform the way that education can be delivered in this course. So students should have the same type of feeling when they come into your course. What are the learning outcomes? How are they going to really apply this to their lives? And any good course should give students multiple options of outcomes they can come from taking your course, right? So therefore, there should be like a sequence to each unit. It's a logical story. And storyboarding, I think, is so important with building a really awesome course and applying it to the digital age, right? The new age that we live in that students can really connect with. Planning out when to make videos versus when to schedule live demonstrations and activities is important, right? Because we want these, I would challenge you to create content that's super engaging, right, in itself. The videos themselves are engaging, but as you leave the video, you would leave the students with an interactive exercise to think about. And so as you're creating your content, at the end, you say, now we're going to do this exercise in our next online meeting or in the classroom. So think about this. So you're creating an online video for your learning management system. It's your lecture. And what is something that you could only do on Zoom or Google Meet in a two-way communication tool? The activities, the exercises. Think about each lecture building up into an interactive, collaborative experience where students are working with you as a guide or a mentor. Now, lower order targets, the what, should be sorted out in the video delivery, right? So the high end stuff, the why, that's kind of already been stated. And then the what is used via the video delivery. The higher order objectives, the how, the why, those are tagged for deeper exploration using the online communication tools that you have available or in-class collaboration. So consider the types of activities you can encourage that will reinforce the concepts that you're trying to teach. Is it an experiment? Is it an inquiry-based discussion? Is it a project-based learning system? Do you have some type of online tool? A fun one is How the Market Works, where students can actually buy fake stocks and kind of watch the market and see what happens. How will students collaborate? Zoom obviously is great for live collaboration. Are we going to be reviewing comments from the learning management system? Is there going to be projects that have some type of online element? Are we going to ask students to share their comments with the class? And can we do smaller breakout sessions where maybe they feel more comfortable sharing one-to-one or in small groups? How will students demonstrate that they're learning? What are the metrics for success here? Are we going to be imagining successful scenarios of projects well done? This is one of my favorite tips. In the beginning of your lectures, in the beginning of your course, you should be giving students an idea of what they can accomplish, right? What would be the best possible way this project, or one way this project could be really completed well? Like for a stock market one where it's How the Market Works. What if they became a virtual millionaire, right? That would be a great scenario. Imagine buying a Ferrari, right? Imagine buying a new home for your family because you bought the right stocks with the money that you had allocated. Give your students a clear picture of what the scenarios of the projects that could be well done. Maybe they're working on an app. Maybe the app becomes a real business idea. These are the types of things we want them to envision right away so that they become intrigued and excited about completing them. You also want to prime your students for success by offering them success stories from past projects or classes. Now, if you're a brand new teacher, you might not have the expertise or experience with working with past classes or projects, but now that you're starting to do more with digital media, you're taking pictures, recording video clips, asking students to submit videos, asking students to submit pictures, create an archive and become digitally organized on your computer for every class so that now you can go back, maybe with the student's permission, and share past projects that were highly successful and innovative to stir up ideas for your students. Now, we've talked a little bit about this, but use rich, colorful imagery, videos, and media. I don't remember the exact statistic. You as a teacher probably know better than me, but so many students are visual learners and they like drawings, they like doodling, they like making posters and using colors rather than simple words. So use those colors and your annotation capabilities, all the things we've talked about today, to enrich your online courses. Now, I want to talk about PowerPoint. Microsoft has recently announced a similar initiative called Office Mix, which can actually turn PowerPoint presentations into interactive videos. So this is a great way to turn your PowerPoints into videos, and you can actually incorporate complete with quizzes and labs with your PowerPoints. So take a look at that. Another huge one is bringing parents on board. Now, if the concept of the inverted classroom seems strange to teachers, it's even more foreign to parents. So a successful rollout of online learning must involve meaningful outreach to parents about the goals, rationale, logistics of flipping the classroom. Quick little tip and a tiny little antidote story. A teacher that we're going to be learning from in this course later, Drake Finney from Havasu Lake in Arizona. He said that one of the students that he had for his class, they were watching one of his online lectures on their smartphone at the dinner table. And the parents said, hey, put away your smartphone. You can't be watching that at the dinner table. And then he showed his parents that it was one of the courses that he's taking online. And it kind of changed the scenario of, okay, well, if you're watching educational content for school, that maybe is a little different. So if parents are on board, they can be supportive from home, and it's even more important than you might think. I know that in the faculty lounges, there's some jokes about parents. Education would be easier if there weren't so many parents trying to get involved. But this is something with distance learning and online learning, and really even any learning in the classroom, parents should be considered essential, I think, to helping your students at home get the most out of online learning. And that's it. Next, we're going to be talking about creating a video live. I'm very excited to do that with you guys. Then we'll talk about post-production, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of making these videos with all the tools that we talked about. Now, with that being said, we will still have an entire section of practice courses and antidotes and examples from real teachers in the K through 12 and higher education space. So we're getting into the technical part now. Hopefully it's of value to you guys. And don't worry, because you're going to get lots of great tips from professors and other educators in the education space. So all of that and more is coming up next.